There have been very few YouTubers I've watched for years on end that have ever been caught up in any real controversy, let alone actual legal problems. Outside of Tobuscus, who I've discussed already and who has actually started uploading again, I can't really think of a single creator that I personally loved being accused of something really bad. That was, however, until very recently. I'm not gonna beat around the bush with this one, as this is a situation that has made me genuinely mad. You can read the title of the video after all. Today, we'll be looking at the rise and recently, the humiliating, deserved, and very sudden downfall of Gerard Khalil, better known by his YouTube handle, The Completionist. A creator who was loved by millions, who would abuse the power and admiration he was granted to commit charity fraud of the sum of over $600,000 over the last decade. The first thing that needs to be known about Gerard and this situation is truly how unexpected it really was for almost anyone who watched his content. For the entire time Gerard had been a part of the YouTube community, he'd always appeared to be a very genuine, kind, approachable, and trustworthy figure. This wasn't an unearned feeling either, as in the 12 years now that he's been around, he built that reputation himself. There's a reason that I and millions of others were drawn to his content and him as a person. So let's look back at how the Completionist came to be, and how Gerard was able to build his reputation and personality to such a point that he could get away with charity fraud for as long as he did, and to the extent it reached. Gerard had tried for some time to start a YouTube channel, but after many failed attempts and trying new things here and there, he didn't really see a future with it. Before really taking off, Gerard was working at Best Buy, and of all people, it was actually his manager who pushed him to keep trying YouTube. Beyond that, in 2012, after meeting Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, Gerard was once again inspired to try YouTube one more time, this time creating his channel, That One Video Gamer, which would later be renamed after the series it's most known for as The Completionist. The unique way Gerard was able to review games, being the only person who could claim truthfully that they had seen 100% of what a game had to offer before stating an opinion, led to his word holding a lot of merit. After all, outside of the developers, almost nobody knew as much about a game as Gerard would. Discovering everything, beating the games on every possible difficulty, finding every collectible, beating every boss, and more. Most reviewers of games simply don't have the time for that, let alone the drive. Combine all of those aspects with the fact that, especially as time went on, Gerard's videos only got more elaborate, better made, and generally more professional. It truly made The Completionist a completely unique and awesome place to not only get a review, but in some cases, see just how far a gamer could push themselves or a game. The uniqueness of The Completionist and the subsequent success would lead to Gerard joining the YouTube network/group Normal Boots, alongside other notable creators such as Peanut Butter Gamer, Did You Know Gaming, Pro Jared, and of course, JonTron. Gerard was doing quite well for himself very quickly, and it looked like things would only get better from here. That was until 2013 hit, when tragedy suddenly struck his family, and our story truly begins. In 2013, Gerard's mother passed away after a battle with frontotemporal dementia. Dementia is arguably one of the absolute worst ways a person can pass away, and to this day, there's no real cure. All that can be done is continued research into the disease and provide care to the people and families affected by it. This is exactly what Gerard seemingly decided to do. After his mother was diagnosed with dementia in 2003, Gerard and his family created a charity called the Open Hand Foundation, which became an official non-profit after her passing in 2013. With the OHF came the creation of IndieLand in 2018, an annual live streaming event organized by Gerard. IndieLand would showcase many different indie games, along with interviews from the developers, and would even have guest appearances from different gaming celebrities and Hollywood celebrities as well, with actress Jamie Lee Curtis playing a pretty big role in the event in recent years. Truly, IndieLand seemed like a wonderful little event created with passion and care by someone who cared deeply for his family, and who wanted to use his love of games and gaming to try and help as many people as possible. And for a long time, that's what everyone believed. Every year, Gerard's channel and brand would grow, and every year, a new IndieLand would be hosted, with the event typically raising over $100,000 every year. Gerard would state over and over throughout these events that all of the money earned was being directly donated, that at no point did the money ever touch their hands.
Your primes, your gift subs, your bits, donations all go to charity. We don't take any of it.
Bits and subs on Twitch, memberships, super chats on YouTube, all goes to the cause. If you want to buy an IndieLand t-shirt, you can totally do that. And for the folks who are in attendance, you can actually go buy one from the lobby, so please go do that. All the proceeds and all those things do go to charity. We don't touch any of it.
Hey, all bits,
All subscriptions and all donations go directly to charity. We're taking none of it. It's all for a good cause.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction.
However, as all the public records would show, over the years, all the money being earned has done nothing but slowly pile up in their bank account, slowly losing value alongside inflation. This information being finally revealed was through the investigative work of Karl Jobst, a YouTuber known for exposing liars and cheaters, and generally just bad people across the platform, and Mutahar, another YouTuber known for discussing current trends. It was the two of them who decided to comb through the charity and the events to find out exactly what was going on after sniffing out some suspicious activity that no one else really had. The situation immediately looked pretty bad, which prompted Karl and Mutahar to reach out to Gerard directly after Karl had gotten some less than helpful responses from the Open Hand Foundation directly. During this call, Gerard had stated that he himself hadn't found out that the money had not been moved anywhere or donated to anyone until 2022, 4 years after Indieland had started collecting money from the public. He further stated that since finding out that the money hadn't been moved, he and the rest of Indieland had been trying to find the right place to send the money, despite the fact that in Indieland 2023, Gerard still sounded as though the money was in fact being donated to specific institutions. Even without that, as Karl points out in his video, Gerard was, until only very recently since the controversy, a member of the board of directors of Open Hand, making it almost impossible that he wouldn't know precisely where hundreds of thousands of dollars are going every single year. Moreover, Gerard can be seen and heard blatantly lying for literally years across multiple Indieland events about where the money specifically has gone, to the point where he confidently claims to be the #1 contributor to different organizations. Something he couldn't possibly have known, even if it were true, unless he knew exactly where the money earned was going. Quite simply, Gerard lied to his fans, to all those who donated, and has blatantly lied about what it is his charity event was doing, which, yes, constitutes charity fraud. But Open Hand's suspicious activity goes beyond just the Indieland charity event, as they also host an annual golf tournament, which itself pulls in tens of thousands of dollars from sponsorships yearly. To learn more on that part of the fraud, I recommend watching Karl's video, as I mostly just want to touch on Gerard's specific piece, as the golf event is primarily run by other members of his family. So, since this has become known in mid-November, what exactly has happened? The money has in fact been donated to the Association of Frontotemporal Degradation, which is something at the very least, though I can say with almost complete certainty that this would not have happened had the truth not been outed. So, thank you, Karl, Mutahar, and everyone who put the squeeze on Open Hand to make this donation actually happen. Secondly, Gerard actually made his response video, and I must say, it is one of the worst apologies I have ever seen on YouTube. The language he uses throughout the video is well thought out to try and take as little blame as is humanly possible at this point, saying things like, quote, "I want to apologize to anyone who ever donated who felt they were wronged." This is classic manipulative speak if ever I've seen it. Beyond little annoying things like that, what makes this apology so unbearable is how Gerard uses his dead mother to try to invoke sympathy throughout the entire thing, going as far as to provide his mother's autopsy report, something nobody asked for or wanted. Providing it does nothing to prove his innocence and only further makes him look like a manipulative scumbag. Then, to simply add icing to the cake, Gerard states that he and his family are in serious conversations with their legal teams, looking to take action against Karl and Mutahar, though he doesn't name them outright.
Furthermore, my family and I are in serious conversations with our legal teams regarding next steps, as the allegations that have been made with complete disregard for the truth of the matter. These allegations were made by individuals who self-admittedly aren't even financial or legal professionals. These allegations are slanderous, and we believe we're done with selfish intent.
It's nothing but a last-ditch effort to try and scare Karl and Mutahar, and it's a threat that ultimately cannot be backed up. It's truly pretty amazing watching someone you used to idolize and really love to watch show their true colors. I, and millions more, can now see that Gerard is nothing but a lying, manipulative, selfish, and bad person. He and his family have been using the name and story of their dead mother/wife to profit, and it's nothing short of disgusting. The Completionist has not uploaded since the response video, and has lost nearly 100,000 subscribers and counting in 1 month. I'm not sure what is next for Gerard or this situation, but I can't really imagine that he can bounce back from this. And if everything that he and the Open Hand Foundation have been accused of are in fact true, which it seems like they almost certainly are, then I hope he doesn't. When it comes to the completionist career, I guess he chose to not complete it.
Boo!